I'm Jay with Guilty of Crime, and I'm popping up to talk to you about the motion hearing that just happened this morning in the Stephan Stearns trial. Now, you guys probably are getting over here now. You probably saw it. If you're from Florida, then you got to watch it this morning. If you just hopped off of our favorite neighborhood true crime, Grizzly True Crime, that just ended as well. Great job boosting the sound on it. Always fantastic. And I hope that she's able to live stream it because it's gonna be it's gonna be one that we want to see. I don't know about the CSAM stuff, but they won't show that in court, guys. So what's up? Good to see you, Carly. How you doing? Deidre, I'm in Florida, did not know. Yeah, so they're having the hearing. They just had the hearing this morning, guys, and I just finished watching it. I'm in California, so I was sleeping when this happened, and now I'm looking at the Stephan Stearns. No pens, no cuffs. He didn't win anything today, guys. He didn't win anything. So I want to know what you guys want to talk about. Later, I was going to replay that. I also have new motion documents from the last motions that I wanted to go over. I got the FOIAs. I got FOIAs, so I don't know if we're gonna have time for all that. What's up, Karina? Sadie's mama. Sadie's mama, you're having surgery today. Prayers for you, my friend. I hope that everything goes okay. But you guys, good morning. Lacey, Frankie, everybody that's in the chat. Karina, thank you for being a member for 5 months. You guys, I got to tell you, this is going to be, I'm going to call mine, I'll call us getting spicy. You know, we get spicy up in here, and especially with Stephan Stern. So it's all welcome to be spicy towards Stephan. Just be nice to each other in chat, and let's hold that high level of standard for people in here. All right. So spicy towards Stephan Stearns, but no threats. I was just watching other channels. People are real respectful. You guys can certainly call them, we call them Stinky Stearns over here. Cactus Peen, Pinky Winky, all that. What's up, Dahlia? How you doing, my friend? Serious. Hi. Jay, have you heard back from Stephan Stearns? Oh boy. Karina, there's a lot between Stephan Stearns and his mom. I don't know if he wrote me back on the last one yet, but I'll keep you guys posted. Krista, how you doing? Sussy Steffi now. So I want to talk about this. What this room is about is Stephan Stearns' motion trial hearing. And it sounds like, guys, it sounds like he didn't win anything today. He's going to use a felt tip pen, and he didn't want cuffs, but they're going to put a leg brace on him, guys. So, yeah, Krista, it came up in the local news as well. So yeah, Grizzly's covering it. I think she might cover the trial, which is good. But if you guys did anybody watch the trial hearing today, or do you? So it's a pre-trial hearing. Motions for Stephan Stearns. He wanted to have a pen instead of crayons, I guess. Pen instead of crayons, but he didn't get that. He got a felt tip pen. He didn't want the handcuffs on. He's going to get a brace, a leg brace on him. So if you guys didn't know what it's about, and Stephan actually showed up today. Good. It's the honey badger. Honey badger don't give a what. Good morning. Good morning. So yeah, come on in. I wanted to see what you guys think about that. I'm coming on today at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern, and we're going to talk over all of this stuff because July 22nd is coming fast, guys. July 22nd is when the trial starts. They're going to pick jurors. And why is it that they're moving forward this unless unless there is a unless there's a plea, unless somebody offers a plea and someone takes it, it looks like this is going to happen. He could have borrowed my cactus pen. Krabby Patty says Emperor, Lucifer, Prince, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, craziness. What's up, Debbie Brigham? Legalize skooma. Justice. Yes, the whole point of this is justice for Maddie, guys. Um, we don't want to forget that. I feel like a lot of the things been covering and that we've been covering has a lot to do with Stephan Stearns because Stephan Stearns' trial is coming. First, we've got the CSAM trial that they just they just verified right now that it starts July 22nd. By the July 25th, they should be having a jury selected and it's go time. But what they did say, guys, what they did say is that Stephan Stearns is going to have access to the case files. So you guys tell me what you think. Do you think that they're going to give him access to the case files, including and Aaron Patterson, case files including the Maddie photos, guys? Now, Aaron Patterson, mushroom killer, she was convicted, right? So I wonder if he says no camera is being used, will he be implicated more? Now I don't know about that. I heard them at the very end. The judge asked, "Do you want cameras in here?" And there's no ruling. I just heard the judge say that. Dahlia, justice for Madeline. And yes, that's what Commander Alpha Turkey. What's up? Good to see you. So, did anybody watch this today? He didn't win anything. He didn't win anything. He passed go and he's ready to go to trial. And I got to talk to you guys about something for a minute because him going to trial, I mean, him going to trial means a lot. It means a lot. It means that they don't have everything they need. Prosecution and defense both were not ready to start trial yet, according to the judge. They wanted to delay, delay, delay. Last week, we speculated that he would take a plea deal. And the reason I thought he would take a plea deal, you guys, is because his TBI results have not came back. And I know that they are using that. They were trying to use the TBI as a defense, what he did to Maddie. Now, I suppose that is going to roll over to the murder trial, guys. Sabrina says we would love case picks. Those are his trophies. His poor mother. I hope she didn't have to endure the trial. Now, nobody has to go to that trial that we know right now. The CSAM, I don't even know. We don't have documents saying who the witnesses are. We don't know if Jen Soto. I would assume. Now, again, guys, hashtag arrest Jen Soto. Even if it's 5 years from now and we come back to this case to remember Maddie. You know how that goes. It's like Watts the obsession, right? You get stuck on Watts Island. No matter what, we want justice for Maddie, guys. And it does seem that lately, myself included, we've been focusing a lot on Stephan Stearns because those are his trials coming up and we want to know. Now, Karina says, why would he need a pen? I wonder if he can see what he writes down after each appearance. Full and utter justice for Maddie, Sadie's mama, and the family. Yeah, and the family and the other victims, nobody was addressed by that. People were talking about it in the chat and today with the pretrial hearing and seeing Stephan, move into the courtroom. Yeah, legalized skooma said, I'll never be off Watts Island. And that's how it goes. When you don't feel like you get the closure that it deserves, that a case deserves, then you get stuck on it. Now, just Josie, the other victims are the family members like Tyler, Tatiana, and even Stephanie Soto. Jen Soto did lose her daughter, but she knew what she was doing, in my opinion. And I think she still needs to be arrested. If not, she's going to carry the Casey Anthony stigma for a long, long time, guys. Yeah, hit the like button so we can see who's in here. Sadie's mama, I'm glad I got to see you today. Um, so, did you guys watch that today? I can't believe he's pleading guilty. I can't believe he isn't. No, he's not pleading guilty. He's trying to fight it, and he was hoping that the evidence that came in wouldn't be all of the Google, that everything that came off the Google Drive and from his phone. All right. So hello to Sabrina, Chris. What's up? God 365 nonstop. Peace and blessings to you and your family, Ma. Enjoy your day. Love you. Love you too. Thank you. Have a good day. Okay, so Casey Anthony moved 40 minutes from me to Manchester. Yeah, she's dating somebody now. She hooked up with some other schlub that doesn't care what she did to her daughter, apparently. Jody Willem, hey, how you doing? Under the Mystic Moon, 1111. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Yeah, so Stephan is a complete narcissist. Sabrina, I love that comment there because that's why I'm talking to Stephan Stearns because I'm trying to find out in his mind whose fault it was, what happened. And there's ways to get those answers without saying, you're a freaking pedo and a piece of crap. Now, will you answer a question? No, no, no. There's other ways to get into the mind of a killer and a grapist. All right. So, that being said, a lot of people are asking, why are you focused on the Stern family? Well, I'm not focused on the Stern family. I'm focused on the Madeline Soto case and justice. And I want to get all sides. Now, all sides includes what people have to say, whether or not they lie. That's up to you to decide if you believe them, right? If you saw the recent Sherry Papini case, she lied, lied, lied. She's lied the whole time, guys. She always lies. All right. But you can decide that. We can get the behavior panelist, we can get deception detective to analyze what they say, and then we can break it down. Peg, how you doing, Peg? Legal Suma says, I wonder if they'll go for the TBI defense. Now, Peg, it doesn't look like they're even going to use that in this trial. So I wonder if that's going to roll over to the capital case. I don't think not, I don't think, I know they did the testing for the TBI on Stephan Stearns, and the results will be back in August. But if the trial starts July 25th, then that's not going to happen. So what's going to happen then? What's up, Kel? How you doing, my friend? Good to see you guys. Happy Monday morning. I just want you to know it's all good to be spicy in here. When we go on later and we see Stephan walking in there with his half-grown beard, and every time we see him, we say things, right? We don't love or like or even have compassion for Stephan Stearns because we care what happened to Madeline Soto, and we're just covering this case. Honey Badger says, "Damn it! Every time I try to find a channel, I pop poof out of the channel." I still believe, yes, Sabrina, and I always talk about Jen being highly involved with Stephan. A lot of people think that he's lying. A lot of people think he's lying and said he's a monster. He's lying if he's implicating her. Jen didn't know, but you know what? In my opinion, Jen did know, and she handed her daughter over willingly for 7 to 8 years. I just left a homophobic channel where the host was harassing a gay man. What's up, AD? Yeah, that is disgusting, AD. All right, is it decide or give an opinion? If people are lying, you can guess the trust, but that's an individual opinion. Look at YouTube, all the YouTube channels, and like Nate Eaton. Look at Nate Eaton and Lori Vallow, right? Lori Vallow did an interview with Nate, and most of what she said was a lie. But we got to see that, and we can judge for ourselves. All right, Rachel Burton, welcome to the crime crew, my friend. We're going to be giving away Foxy boxes and merch this month. All right. There's the guilty of crime hat. It's July, so it's birthday month for me and any other Leos. AD says I just got married July 2nd. Gay pride. All right. That Pride month is in June here. But July 2nd is a good day, close to the freedom, 4th of July. Lori Vallow. Okay, yes, legalized skooma. Lori Vallow is a complete narcissist. What do you think about Stephan Stearns? If we were to evaluate Stephan Stearns, what would he fall under? Now we know he's a pedo, a chomo, a red rummer, right? What's up, Monica? Good to see you. Opinion until you know the truth. Will you ever know the truth? Janet Crane, we might not ever know the truth about anything, but we can all decide for ourselves what we choose to believe, what our intuition tells us, how we think, what we feel, and then take the facts based on evidence that you get from somebody talking, maybe someone breaking it down, maybe getting a psychologist in there. Who knows? But if someone's not talking and you can't get inside of their mind with specific questions, then you're never going to know. He's arrogant with total narcissistic tendencies. Legalized skooma, that I agree. And those comments are all welcome. It's not good. Very sophomoric. Yes, absolutely, absolutely, and I think that's why they're trying to use the traumatic brain injury excuse. Okay, now maybe for them it's not an excuse, and maybe it's going to make it into their next trial, which is the capital case for taking Maddie's life. All right. So what's up, merch babe? Tiff, good to see you. I just hopped on here. I had a little bit of time running some errands, and I watched the pretrial this morning. So I want to know, what's up, Dahlia? Good to see you. I want to know later, do you guys want, how will the evidence be discussed in such sense of, well, Heather, they asked if they don't want, if they asked them if they want cameras or not, they're going to have that off camera. Nat, good to see you. Monica says, will the jury know about the second trial? Probably not, unless they already know about it. That's not a aggravating factor. You can't go backwards. You can't say that the talk about the murder trial when it hasn't happened yet. But listen, Monica, the next jury may know about the CSAM, depending on how he plays it. Sometimes the way you play it in court will depend on what happens with the next trial. So if this case, let's say he takes a plea deal, right? Let's say Stephan decides at the 25th hour, right? Top of the hour, like Brian Koberger did. All of a sudden you hear from everybody that no, I don't have diabetes prod. Let's kick this person out of here. All right, remove. All right, so listen, whatever happens in this case, if Stephan takes a plea deal, they can give him a plea deal. Have you heard about the girl who said she is Maddie McCann? Yes, I've been covering the girl that says she's Maddie McCann or Madeline McCann, whatever. Sarah, good to see you. Okay, so listen, in the CSAM trial, if he just goes to trial like regular, no deals, all of that stuff may come into the capital case as an aggravating factor. There's going to be certain circumstances that can get it in. But if Stephan takes a plea deal, okay, let's say he takes a plea deal and they say in the plea deal, you're going to get life without the possibility of parole, but we won't bring this into any other, this won't be counted towards your um, capital case. That's what can happen. Now, Legalize says, hoping for Maddie's sake, he won't pull a Chris Watts. She deserves better. Now, the only thing about that, Legalize, is I feel like Maddie will be re-victimized by the jurors seeing those photos and they get leaked out. What if they get leaked? Carly, does the throwback for all channels or is it only guilty of crime? Are you going to follow everything live? Now, Nat, I work during the day, so I'm not going to be able to follow the trial live. I wanted to follow the pre-trial this morning, and I'm 3 hours behind. So, no, I don't think I'm going to be able to follow it live. I wish I could, but you guys know I work during the day. But I will bring you guys updates in the case. I'll stream pieces of it. We'll definitely talk about it. I don't want to, I just don't want to re victimize Maddie. And I almost wish, I know people have different desires for what happens to Stephan Stearns. And I think prison karma will take care of that alone. All right. But I almost want them to take a plea so that Maddie is not re victimized and that Stephan's not getting his hands on those pictures and getting to cherish what he did, right? Because those pictures that he had, 35,000 plus, he obviously was collecting them of Maddie. There was other children on there too, guys. Remember that. Now think about this. Will there be other children exposed in the trial? What do you think about that? Now, I see 116 people in here, 33 likes. Come on, guys. Help me support the channel by hitting the like button and commenting in here. Let me know what you think. I want to know what you think about the CSAM trial. Do you want him to take a plea deal or not? I think that's so wrong that he gets to see his work again. And they just said that today under the Mystic Moon. So, but want case you talk. I'm talking about the Madeline Soto case, Stephan Stearns case. I'm here only for the Stephan Stearns case. I want to tell you guys before we get on later that we can cover the pretrial hearing that happened today. We can go over it, or we can go right into the documents. I have new documents in the Stephan Stearns case for the motions. All right. So, no, I'm not a cop. I'm not a cop. I think that might be why he wants a trial. Yeah, Honey Badger, there's a good possibility. Thoughts on the potato? Will she be in trial? The only way that potato's going to be there, in my opinion, is if they call her for a witness. Now, Just Josie says, I think the other victims prosecutor mentioned. Yeah, there are other victims in there. They're in the photos. They're in those photos. So I wonder what's going to happen. Now, Nat said, I do plan to follow everything live, but yeah, the time difference. Yeah, there's a time difference, and I just can't do it. I can't stream live during the day. But hopefully I'll make it to the next trial. I don't want to be at the CSAM trial. I think Jen was a puppet master. Chris, I've been saying that the whole time. As far as I'm concerned, I think Jen is the puppet master, in my opinion. The way that I see, Karina says, no way, Jay, a cop. Arrest me, officer. Hey, you never know, Karina. I could be a cop. I could be an undercover cop. Let's get the handcuffs out, guys. Okay, so listen, we do want the handcuffs. We do you guys are funny. Happy Monday. It's good to have a laugh when you're talking about these hard topics, because when we start reading different motions coming in, or we read the what we when we read what Stephan's being charged for in the CSAM case, it's really nasty. Yeah, Chris, it is really nasty. All of the stuff is going to be gross, but I want you guys to know I'm here for you. I won't be able to stream it live, but we will go over recaps. And you're welcome to be as spicy as you want to be in chat, but just keep it classy, right? There's a way to be spicy about something, but a way not to, or you're not just nasty, right? We don't like talking nasty in chat like that. I understand that, but the time difference between America and Netherlands is 6 hours. Yes, Nat, it is. And I'm so grateful to have you in the afternoon at 4 o'clock my time, 6 hours off. Rachel. Oh, yeah. Okay, so let's talk about Jen Soto a little bit. Jen Soto, hashtag arrest Jen Soto. I don't know. We've gotten lots of different advice from different experts, from different YouTubers, Duty Ron. I know Jen Coffindoffer, sometimes people say, but Coffindoffer, Duty Ron, even Ed Wallace, and many others, right? Many others I can name. I try to stay away from naming all the YouTube channels unless I tag them in my content and I'm using them. All right. So hashtag arrest Jen Soto. I've got a lot of information from all over that Jen Soto will eventually be arrested, but she hasn't been yet, guys. Jen Soto hasn't been arrested yet, and we're already going into the first trial. She has to get arrested for something, at least neglect. Now, under the Mystic Moon, that's why I want to dig through the paperwork with you guys, because we did do a FOIA request and some new paperwork came in with new motions. And I want to know if they're going to be a witness list coming out. We saw one before. Rosalie says, hey, girl, I didn't get notified anymore. I just popped on this morning. There was no notifications. But thank you for being here, Rosalie and Rosie and Legal Lies Skooma. I'm hoping they come back for her like they did with the I do too. Or sometimes people testify, and then right when they get off the stand, maybe that day or the day after, they get arrested for lying on the stand, guys. What if they get her on the stand? We saw that in the last few trials that we've been following, that somebody went over there, they lied, and they got arrested right after they got off the stand for lying, right? You can't lie to law enforcement. You can't lie to the judge. So what if they get her up there and they use that queen for the day, the one statement that she made with her lawyer, swearing to oath, swearing that she was telling the truth. All right. So what happens with that? Thank you for your dedication. You're absolutely welcome, you guys. You guys know how it is. You guys know, you've been following the case. I see a lot of people talking about Stephan and is he a threat? Is he really a threat in court? No. They say that the statistics on a chomo to cause violence or harm anybody in prison ever is very low. It's very low that they'll do that, because pedos don't, they like children. They want to mess with children. They can't go one on one to a grown man, or even a woman, right? Even a woman, a prison guard. Sadie's mama. Love my crew. Love you too. Rosie, yes. Hashtag arrest Jen Soto. Is Stefan's trial still on? Now, Stefan's trial is still on. We were just going over the motion hearing for this morning and talking about how he got a pen. He doesn't get a pen. He asked for a pen. All right. He asked for a pen and he got a felt tip pen. And then he wanted to have no cuffs. And they said he has to wear like a leg brace thing. All right. These cowards by nature, they only hurt weaker. Yes, exactly. So they're not going to, by any means, give the prisons any trouble. Jody Wilm, he was there. He is there. Yes. So I wanted to find out from you. I wanted to find out from you as to whether you guys watched it or do you want me to stream it later. If you guys want me to stream that later and try to go over some of the motions, let me know. Put a 1 if you didn't watch it or you want to watch it again. It's about 40 minutes. If we speed through it, we can get through it in like 35. Jody says stream it. Okay, hit a 1 if you want me to stream it later. And you guys, we can spice it up. You guys can throw your best jokes at Stephan Stern. Get it all out. Get it out so we can direct our jokes and our anger and our spiciness, direct it towards where it belongs. Not towards me, not towards the people in chat. All right. And yeah, I already saw Grizzly doing that. I watched it with Grizzly. I've been a Grizzly member for 24 months now. I pay for her tier. I love Grizzly. All right. So never misconstrue that. I watched it. The audio is horrible, Monica, but I have a booster and I can boost it. And another snark, yeah, we can have a spicy fest. You know, I always say we got Latin spice. I'm Latina. You guys know. There's no DUI coming. I'm not driving and I'm not drinking. Oh my god, these people out of their mind, out of their mind. Remove. All right. All right. So Rachel says what? Where's Rachel? Okay. Yeah, Grizzlies. Absolutely. That's where I watched it this morning. But again, I'm 3 hours behind y'all in Florida. Kimmy says, hi, hon. Okay. So you guys do want me to stream it later. Yes. Hashtag Puerto Rico. Man, you know what? That's actually what got. Never mind. I'm not even going to talk about that. Under the Mystic Moon, I can bring some hillbilly humor. Thanks, dude. I can't wait. All right, so yeah, let's do that later. Then that way we can talk about any other questions that you guys might have. I'll try to answer those. I heard people talking about what Stefan's gonna wear in there. I don't understand that. I don't think that's a problem. They're gonna give him some ugly secondhand clothes. You know that. They usually go to some like old school store where they got moths in the clothes, and I hope they do that on purpose. I hope they get the mothball clothes and give it to Stephan to wear, although I'm not sure if that's going to happen. But they usually do just give them some stuff they have. And again, you guys are welcome to spice it up. We can talk about it. I'll boost 7 p.m. Eastern. I'll boost the sound as much as I can, guys. All right. I'll boost the sound and I'll do anything that I can to listen. We'll put the words down. I hope he's botched his haircut. Dahlia, he didn't botch his hair. He just didn't do anything. You're in Florida. I'm in California, Honey Badger. I'm 3 hours behind y'all. Carolina Hurtado, good morning. Yes, Stinky gonna be Stinker. We're gonna get out the Stinky Stearns doll, and we've got different cactus peen pens, and you guys can, just get it all out to where it goes, and then we can move on. Honey Badger's in California too. Yay! Yeah, 7 p.m. tonight, you guys. Come on. Now I know what you want to stream. That's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about pens, cuffs, the trial, the motions, and if we still think he's going to take a plea deal. I don't. I feel like he's gung ho and wanting to. I don't know why, guys. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because he wants to see and just have those pictures in his head forever. That's the only thing I could think of as to why he would want that trial. All right. Dinner and Jay all the way. Thank you. Okay, guys. Hashtag Jen Soto for prison. Hashtag arrest Jen Soto. And hashtag justice for Madeline Soto, guys. That's what we're here for. When these trials are over, I'm going to be so happy to move on to the next case and the next child or person or family that needs an outlet and needs a voice. I'm here. And all week long, we've got new cases, guys. So as soon as I can get through this stuff, as soon as I can get through the Stephan Stern's pretrial motion, and then any of the motions that I have, Rachel says my boyfriend is from San Diego. That's it. He wants to see the BS one last time. Justice for Maddie. Okay, so as soon as I can get through that, I know you guys originally came to my channel for the Madeline Soto coverage. We're going to cover it whenever there's something in the case. I want to stay away from too many things that are all over the place. So if you guys message me about anything happening on the YouTube streets, I prefer not to, guys. We'll stick to, guilty of crime and what happens here. And I can only report on what I know. And I have a lot of freedom, guys. I have a lot of freedom to report on what I know now. So I just have to think about how I'm going to present it to you. I know a lot of people are upset. Sabrina says, man arrested in our local Sam's Club touching a 6-year-old. Keep your children close. Can I tell you guys something real quick before I go? So just a day ago, a bunch of San Jose police officers got arrested for victimizing 14 and a 15-year-old child in one of their biggest programs they have in San Jose to help children grow. It's for children and families to see them grow. Well, these officers took advantage of that and they started doing, CSAM stuff with those children. And it was from 10 years ago, guys. So these kids are now 24 and 25, and the officers are being arrested now. They're in the program to help kids, one of the biggest programs in San Jose, and they freaking took their trust and crushed it, guys. Karina says my neighbor was arrested for essaying his own granddaughter. Every day I see a new case like that, guys. Every single day. If somebody from the crime crew doesn't message me, I just see it out there. Right? That's what predators do. They take advantage of less fortunate children. Yes, but when they get into the prison system, guys, when they get into the prison system, they're not so tough anymore. All right, I haven't heard about this. Yes, San Jose, there's officers that took advantage of these children, and I hope that they get locked up, guys, for 25 to life. San Jose was really tough on crime out here. The mayor works hard. The officials have been around for a long time, and they work really hard for that. Mr. Buddha Wolf, do they really give them the banana in jail? Yeah, sometimes Buddha Wolf. Sometimes they give them the banana in jail. And you know what? That's how it goes. Rachel Burton says, trust no one. Amen to that. Oh my God, Jesus Christ, they got advantage of a badge. Wait, Marissa says, same thing happened in Massachusetts. One of the officers groomed a young teenager, got her pregnant, and then took her life. He's in jail, same as the Karen retrial. Wow. They also just found 2 kids in Rochester, here in New Hampshire, in a motel, California. Did you guys hear about the little boy? I don't even know his name right off the hand, that got kidnapped at gunpoint, and they ended up rescuing him. I think this happened yesterday. I saw an Amber Alert, which is fantastic. Fantastic that an Amber Alert came out. Sadie's mama, tell me if you can remember his name. He got kidnapped by gunpoint. I can't believe how much time people have to talk while achieving actually nothing, especially for themselves. Yeah, Tim. Amen to that. Amen to that. All right. So yeah, a lot going on, guys, and just keeping you guys up to date on the latest. I felt like I needed to talk about it, and I wanted to find out. Okay, so it was Jamal. My daughter's gym teacher was arrested for trafficking, was also school RO. Dang, man. That's scary. Milwaukee's the home of Jeffrey Dahmer. You guys know that, right? All right, guys, you guys do me a favor, hit that like button. There's 124 people in here. We had a pop-up live today. I just wanted to let you guys know I am paying attention to everything that's going on in the case. I've got things from behind. I'm still behind on bringing you guys information. Jamal was on a Facebook short screaming for his daddy on a ring cam, and they rescued him. Thank you, Just Josie. Thank you. They arrested they caught the guy and brought Jamal home, I believe. But that's great news. We don't hear that often. So, anyhow, thank you guys for coming with me, supporting the channel. Double tap the screen, hit the like button, share with your friends. I gave you some updates just now. and what is more to come. I do have a lot of messages that I like to talk to you guys about, but I'm going to wait until some of the drama in the YouTube dies down. Okay, so if you guys are interested, just on the way out, hit a one if you're interested in hearing the not having to wait a year for the FOIA to come out. If you guys want me to read some more text messages as this trial approaches, guys, later, thanks, Jay. As the trial approaches, I have text messages between the Stearns and Steffens and what's going on. I know what they're talking about giving him to wear. I see him get devastated about the Jessica thing. I see him talking back and forth. I am speaking with him. I have not yet been okayed to tell you exactly what we're talking about yet. I never said I was going to wait till trial was over, but when I can get back to you guys about what we talked about, I'm going to bring it to you first. You're going to see all the answers that I have, and the questions that I asked are geared towards the mind of a pedo and a MURDER. I'm trying to find out what led this to happening to Maddie, and how could we prevent this in the future? All right, what are the signs? I love your hair stripe, the eyebrow trim, the piercings, the plaid. You're awesome, bro. Thanks, bro. All right, guys, I love you. I'll let you guys get back to work. I'm about to go do my thing. I'll see you later. Do you think Jessica is one posting nasty stuff? No, Karina, it is not Jessica posting about me online. She only said those things about me to Stephan and to Deb. So it's all good. She can say that about me because I did not go share messages without their permission. I still haven't shared the messages, and she told Stephan that she wouldn't share the messages. Jessica says, I'm a journalist. I want to get to know you better, Stephan, and I won't share. I'm not even driving right now, so thank you, Rosie, but I'm not driving. Anyway, so that's it. Jessica messaged Stephan and told him not to talk to Jay from Guilty of Crime. I'm going to share all his stuff and lie to him. And lo and behold, look what happened. I never shared any of his stuff, and I didn't lie, but I do want to find out. Yeah, I don't, who cares about the nonsense? Exactly, Alanis. Exactly. And that's what I don't want to talk about. I want to go over the documentation and the motions. I don't care about that. But when people are asking me and emailing me, yeah, I'm going to give you an answer, and then we're going to move forward. On that note, love you guys. Hit the like button on your way out, and I'll see you at 7 p.m. Eastern tonight. Bye bye.